I am reading my book, Divine Union in 14 Days, on this app piece by piece. We've already gotten through the prologue. We've already gotten through the first half of chapter 1. I am now going to read the second half of chapter 1. Follow the playlist down below or watch it if you want to see the whole thing succinctly in order. But I am so excited to be reading my book, Divine Union in 14 Days. This is for the divine feminines that are sick and tired of situationships, inconsistency, emotionally unavailability, and they are ready to be in a relationship that respects and honors their divine goddessness within and the healing that they've been doing or that they are committed to doing. And if you haven't done any healing, but you are ready to stop the pattern of these dysfunctional relationships, you're in the right place. This book is From Sacred Healing to Divine Love, and I'm going to take you through the healing process so that you can most thoroughly magnify your divine femininity and call in your divine masculine, King Daddy, Divine Union. As I said, we are reading the second half of chapter 1. It's on page 12. I know writing these relationships down can feel redundant, especially if you're a more cerebral person and you believe you can work it out all between your ears. But writing things down helps to organize your thoughts and, more importantly, helps you to call in and manifest things much more rapidly than just thinking about them. Our minds can often be a jungle and get off track, getting distracted by our to-do list, rumination, or dwelling on the past or future. To stay present, write it down and watch as you act with more swiftness and focus. You'll also notice the universe working more consistently in your favor. As you pull intentions from your subconscious mind that are often overlooked, they come to the forefront of your conscious periphery, and you will see your reality change to align with them. When I decided to finally step away from that year-long toxic relationship, it was after a 5th or 6th discard where he had broken up with me over email for bringing up ways I thought our relationship could improve. I just let him walk away. I didn't send him a long diatribe back as to why I thought we should stay together or fight for our relationship. I just let him go. When it came to my girlfriend that I knew was more interested in snorting lines than having heart-to-heart conversations, I just started responding that I was busy when she'd reach out to hit the town for a night of drinking. And when I finally left the job where my boss showed dismal leadership, I sent a professional email thanking her and the school for the years of employment and went on my way. The point is, don't dwell on negativity and create some big dramatic send-off when it comes to phasing out these relationships. That would be counterproductive and create a lot more negativity and low vibe emotions in your life. Be in a place of good vibrations and allow the process to move as seamlessly as possible. If you have to have a conversation with a boss or want to give a friend one more chance because you believe there's hope and you think a conversation will help to move the relationship to a higher threshold, by all means have the convo. But in most cases, you know with these types of relationships that they're not going to change. So it would be in your best interest to back away slowly and quietly, preserving your energy and your inner peace. This step is all about laying the foundation to create a fertile ground of safety, loving warmth and ease, to cultivate a heaven on earth within. This technique will attract more of that in your life. This is the first step because it's the most important, not only because you want to be feeling joyful in your life, but also because nothing blocks a divine union more than toxicity and uneasy relationships. This step will not be a one and done process. It may take you a few weeks or months even to recognize what is toxic in your life, because as you start creating these good and pure emotions in your life, you will repel negativity. It may surprise you along the way as you realize that the people you thought had your best interests at heart were actually sending some evil eye energy or weren't being the type of friend to you that you've consistently been to them. Suffice it to say that this is an ongoing process and one you will be doing throughout this manifestation journey towards your soulmate. And it is a skill that will get easier and easier for you as you practice it. I now have no problem recognizing toxicity on its face almost immediately and quietly extricating myself from those situations. Along the way, you may feel insecure and somewhat needy in this process. I know that I loved getting dressed up in short, tight dresses and heels for a night out with my selfish friend because I liked the attention we got when we were out. It was terrifying to walk away from that narcissist and not be chosen by a man because my whole life I had been taught that that was my worth as a woman. I was also used to a loved one not choosing me and having to hustle for love because it mimicked the chaos and unsafety in my upbringing. As you walk away from relationships that no longer serve you, you are going to recognize areas in your life where you needed them because you were avoiding healing in yourself. Often we don't even see where we need to heal until we extricate the parts of our lives that are numbing us to where healing is needed. Don't fret. Throughout this process, we are going to work on your self-concept so that you no longer need a man, friendship, or job for ego or security. We are going to cultivate your sense of self so richly that you will actually grow to love all of the parts of yourself and absolutely love spending time with yourself. And you're going to need the superpower soon, because as you clear the path through this step and cut out the toxic, you are going to be alone quite a bit more often. My phone was quiet. I had no hoes, no dopamine hits. My social life became dead ass boring for a while. And I would be lying if I said it wasn't scary and uncomfortable at times. But I was committed to calling in the real thing a divine union. I was willing to spend a lot of nights alone, pouring into myself and cultivating the interests that brought me real joy. And sooner than later, I had no desire to do the things that I had once deemed a good use of my time. Now, as I lay wrapped up in the arms of my divine counterpart at night, or am engaged in a deep and connected conversation where I've never felt more seen by a person, those lonely nights are a glimpse in my rearview mirror. To call in the greatest love you've ever known, you are going to have to lose some things, some relationships that may feel comfortable to you right now. I know my chaotic relationships at one point in my life felt like home. But when you can let those things go, you clear the pathway for the most equitable, fulfilling, and reassuring relationships of your life. I'm not just talking about a soulmate, because I got comfortable with being alone for a while and having some open space for a time. I was able to spend that time pouring into myself and leveling up in ways I never thought possible. Soon enough, that space was filled with positive friendships built on a positive give and take, in-depth conversations, connections, and with individuals who were also committed to growth and integrity. I'm now able to work for myself and do what I love in the process, as I stepped away from a toxic work environment and faced the fear of the financial unknown. As you make these sacrifices that seem momentous right now, you will soon realize that they paled in comparison to the big life and love that clearing that space created for yourself. Honestly, walking away from relationships that cause you pain, stress, and heartache are a small price to pay for the connected, fulfilling, safe, and divine relationships that are in your future after healing. The universe wants to put you in touch with your soul tribe, especially the one love you'll call your person. And when you are in your most authentic, true state of being, the universe has no choice but to align factors in your life to connect you to the lover who matches that highest state of being.